Fox Sports.
We are Baltimore. We are LA.
When Mike Trout was injured, many believed the Angels' season was over. Instead, the Halos have taken on the hottest teams in baseball and come out on top. It started in Houston, where the Angels became the first American League West team to take a series from the Astros. It continued against the Yankees, who came in riding a 5-game winning streak and left Southern California having lost 2 of 3. Last night, it was the Dodgers who saw their 10-game roll snapped in a great team victory by the Angels. Tonight, the Halos look to continue their winning ways against baseball's best in Game 2 of the Freeway Series. Coming up next. From just outside downtown Los Angeles, the Freeway Series continues here from Dodger Stadium. The Angels took the opener of that series last night in grand fashion, shutting out the Dodgers. Tonight it is Game 2. We welcome you inside our broadcast booth at Dodger Stadium and back to Angels baseball here on Fox Sports West, along with Mark Gubiza. I'm Victor Rojas, and as we just said in that tease, it was a team victory last night for the Angels. A perfect shutout for the Halos. Ricky Nolasco picked up his first win since April, and overall, the resilience of this team just continues to show every night.
Yeah, Victor, when you think about trying to manufacture runs against a very powerful offense with the Los Angeles Dodgers, what the Angels did is what they do best. They put a lot of pressure on the defense. A double steal, putting 2 runners in scoring position for Yunel Escobar, who's been always very good with runners in scoring position, wearing that Angel uniform. Didn't exactly square it up, but put it in play, drives in 2 because of those 2 stolen bases. Then Anderson Simmons crushes the ball to dead center field, using those wheels, ends up with a triple. You go back to that situational hitting. In situation 4, Danny Espinosa had 2 strikes on him. Brought that fastball down, got that sac fly in, scored another run. I'll tell you what, the way they've been able to do these things, score these runs, it's been very effective, even though you don't have Mike Trout in the lineup for a long period of time here, and then Albert Pujols not in here tonight, so you have to find ways to score runs. They did it last night. See what they do tonight.
And while Ricky picked up the victory, the bullpen once again stepped up. Cam Bedrosian had a big 7th inning, and Keenan Middleton a huge 8th inning. When we return here to Dodger Stadium, we'll talk about Keenan continuing to announce his presence with authority. Angels baseball on Fox Sports West is being brought to you by our local Southern California Land Rover retailers. By Jack in the Box, come try the new sweet or spicy barbecue bacon cheeseburger and chicken sandwich for limited time only. And by your local Toyota dealers. Let's go places. Freeway Series continues from Dodger Stadium. Game 2 of this 4-game set. Mentioned going to break that the bullpen's been very good. Last night we saw Keenan Middleton have a little fun with Cody Bellinger.
I'll tell you what, Victor, his energy is infectious. It's worthy of a Carlos Cam replay. We saw it on display in New York for Keenan Middleton. 98, 99-mile-an-hour fastball getting by a great fastball hit on Aaron Judge, and then that nasty slider down and in against Cody Bellinger to swing and miss, the reigning NL Player of the Week. Got excitement. Got to love that from the youngsters.
Just about ready for baseball here in Los Angeles. Sit back, relax. Going to bring you the lineups and the first pitch when we return. Sports West is driven by your Southern California Lexus dealers. Welcome back out to Dodger Stadium. Game 2 of this 4-game set. The Dodgers not wasting any time on Clayton Kershaw t-shirt giveaway night, so a very big crowd expected as they continue to file in here with Maeda getting ready. We'll take a look at Mike Social's lineup. The Angels with the victory last night, now 41-39 in the American League West. This is game number 81. And they sit 12.5 games back in second place of the West. No Cameron Maybin, no Albert Pujols in the lineup tonight. So you've got Young, Calhoun, Escobar, Valbuena, Simmons, Revere, McDonald, Pennington, and of course the pitcher batting, Justin Chavez, batting ninth. And Eric Young Jr. taking over that leadoff spot. Last couple of games for him, though, he looked like he slowed down just a tad.
Yeah, I look for him to try to bunt a few different times throughout this game. Very good bunter, great speed, getting on base so important for Eric Young Jr. and for him to get on base and steal some bags here for the Angels. Look for him to get back to that swing. Going to be a key reason this club is going to be able to score some runs tonight. 29-year-old right-hander, native of Osaka, Japan, Kenta Maeda, back in the rotation. This will be his 14th game of the season, 12th start. 5-3 with a 4.62 ERA. Yeah, not overpowering with his fastball. My go-to to be successful against Maeda is look off speed in hitters' counts. Anytime he's in a fastball count, he will throw something off speed. And patience on the high fastball. He'll try to get hitters to chase his four-seam fastball above the strike zone, bring it down, become more hittable.
Well, the Angels had a couple of changes in their lineup, couple of changes for the Dodgers tonight. Taylor Peterson, Trace Thompson's in right field. Look at Forsythe at third for Justin Turner. So Turner not playing. Hernandez, Utley, Bellinger rounding out the infield. Austin Barnes behind the plate tonight.
And you mentioned Trace Thompson out in right field, his first appearance since April 15th for the Dodgers. Had 10+ starts in all three outfield positions. Committed 2 errors, but he does have a plus throwing arm in that right field position.
Maeda, first appearance since June 23rd against Colorado. One scoreless inning of relief. Eric Young Jr. ready to lead things off here tonight. It's a little bit cooler than it was last night. The first one is in there for a strike. 79 degrees in first pitch. Eric Young Jr. 0 for 4 last night with 3 strikeouts. Ball at a strike.
Maeda's fastball is generally going to be 88 to 93 range. We'll throw a slider cut fastball. That was a cut fastball there. Curveball, changeup.
This is line back toward second base and pass with Utley playing in a shift. The pull shift. Unable to get to it. The Angels get their leadoff man on board.
Number 56.
He brought that pitch right towards the middle part of the plate and lines that right back up the middle. A little rotation in that slider where cut fastball backed up on him. Stayed true to the middle of the plate and lines it by. Utley for a single to start off the Angels offense here with that speed at first base.
Right fielder number 56, Cole Calhoun.
So Cole steps in with the man on. Hitting 249. 10 doubles, 10 home runs, 38 runs batted in. Angels in the 4-0 victory last night with 8 hits overall. Dodgers limited to just 5, which is saying something considering how hot they were going into last night's game. Shift on with 3 on the right side, and Cole takes a strike. Calhoun last night 1 for 3 with a walk. Also picked up 2 stolen bases. First time in his career with a multi-stolen base game. Logan Forsythe, the lone man on the left side.
One thing, never easy to steal a base against Maeda. Very, very quick to the plate. Has allowed 1 stolen base and 1 attempt against them. No pickoffs so far this year. 0 pickoffs in his career, but not a lot of stolen bases or attempts against them.
Not too big of a lead for EY. This one's fouled back. 0-2. Opponents have hit 240 against Maeda. Lefties 255. Right-handers 228. Given up 10 home runs in his 13 games. Now in his 2nd season after signing an 8-year deal. Coming over from Japan prior to last year.
Moved down to the bullpen recently. His spot start here tonight.
Young's on the move. Cole takes downstairs. Good throw, and Young is thrown out. He's immediately pointing in. Evil down the steps to grab the phone to go talk with Steve Solis. Pretty quick release for Austin Barnes from behind the plate.
He's thrown out 33% of base stealers this season. Evil talking to Steve Solis in there just to see if that foot got underneath the tag. Pretty quick on that release where that foot looked like it did get in there.
No challenge from Mike Scioscia. Well, I think
that angle looked like he got his foot in there.
Yeah. You see a quicker tag. Tough to tell there. But the Angels not wanting to challenge it early. So 1 out. Cole with a 1-2 count. Good throw, as we said, from Barnes. Pretty good pop time. Off the plate.
Mentioned how quick Maeda is to the plate, but a pretty decent jump by Eric Young Jr. You still have to try to be aggressive.
Full count. Mike Estabrook calling the balls and strikes tonight. Marvin Hudson at first. Tom Woodring at second. Jerry Lane, the crew chief, over at third. And now Escobar on deck, just underway. Single by Young and thrown out trying to steal second. There's 3-2. This one's out towards center. Very deep. 2 down.
Third baseman number 0, Yunel Escobar.
So with Albert out of the lineup, Yunel moves up to that number 3 spot. Valbuena at first base. He's on deck. Uni had a couple of hits last night. 2 for 4, 2 singles, 2 RBIs.
Yeah, coming into the series, Mike Socha said Albert would play 1 of 2 games here at first base here at Dodger Stadium tomorrow night, and the next night designated hitter back in effect in the American League ballpark at the Big A.
Escobar comes in batting .283 with the multi-hit game last night. 5 home runs, 23 runs batted in. It's 15 doubles and 1 triple.
Fastball there from Maeda.
Never been an overpowering guy. Really has to rely on setting up hitters. The 3 pitches so far have all been out of the zone. This one queued up the first base side, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, hitters this season hitting .254 versus his cut fastball. His philosophy has been, since we've seen him hit or in Major League Baseball, is making you swing at pitches that are not in the strike zone. That being one of those high fastballs out of the strike zone.
Two outs, nobody on. Maeda spent 8 years in Japan playing for Hiroshima, Japanese Central League, before signing with the Dodgers. Ahead of the count of 1-2. A little battle with Escobar. Evens up the count. Angels with the victory last night. Now 20-23 out of the road. Played much better away from the Big A in the month of June than they did the first 2 months of the season. This one's out toward right. Thompson is there. The Halos send up 3. A little single, a caught stealing, and nothing else. Right at the bottom of the first with no score. Dave Roberts in his starting lineup for the red-hot Los Angeles Dodgers at 51-27, have a game-and-a-half lead in the National League West. And they'll have Utley, Forsythe, Taylor the top third of the order, Bellinger, Barnes, and Peterson in the middle third. Hernandez, Thompson, and Maeda. Logan Forsythe picked up this offseason, and a guy that he will grind at bats, and he can play multiple positions, and the guy you wanted to focus in on tonight.
Yeah, 227 career hitter versus the Angels 66 at bats, so the Angels very familiar with Forsythe. A guy that's very patient at the plate. We'll see a lot of pitches. Above all, make sure you keep that ball down, get a ground ball against him. He has a pretty good pop when the pitch is elevated against him.
Jesse Chavez on the mound for the Angels. 17th appearance, 16th start, 5-7 with a 5.15 ERA.
Yeah, 1-1 in his career versus the Dodgers with a 3.32 ERA for Jesse Chavez.
Coming off a no decision against the Yankees. 5 runs on 7 hits and 4 innings of work. 3 strikeouts and 2 walks. Chase Utley will look at a strike.
Fastball is coming 89-93. Throws a slider cut fastball, curveball, solid changeup. That fade changeup going away against left-handed batters.
Utley had a 1-for-4 game last night with a double in the first inning. 0-2. Oh, 2 on the way. And that is just a little bit low. One ball, 2 strikes.
Just a little bit out of the strike zone, but a good pitch, good moving pitch from Chavez.
And down goes Utley on a breaking ball, 1 away.
It's a real solid, sharp break to his curveball there for Jesse Chavez. First batter, all 4 pitches, very good. Again, Chase Utley to chase that one out of the strike zone. On top of that curveball, 12-6 break, unable to make contact.
Jesse pitching in 23 games for the Dodgers last year. Coming over from Toronto with 1-0. A 4.21 ERA. All 23 games in relief. Here's Logan Forsythe, starting third baseman tonight. Justin Turner, 30-year-old Tennessee native, hitting .209 this year in his first season with the Dodgers. 5 doubles, couple of home runs, 11 runs batted in. One ball, 1 strike. It's the 43rd game for Forsythe with the Dodgers this year. Set a career high in home runs with Tampa Bay last year, 20.
He's got pretty good power when it's an elevated fastball away against him.
Pulling off the mask.
Case in point, that fastball away. Pretty good hack at that pitch.
Jesse's been around a while, and he's pitched in this ballpark before. This is his 19th game, but just his 2nd start in his long big league career. 0-1 with a 3.86 ERA here at Dodger Stadium. Making sure Maldonado's all right. 2-2 on the way. Upstairs, full count. Going with the baggy pants today.
Try to change it up.
Yeah. Hasn't picked up a win since the start in Detroit. This one shot to right. Cole has to go back on it. 2 down. Let's check out the Angels on the defensive side of things tonight. With the outfield, you've got Revere, Young, and man, we just saw it. Cole Calhoun made a terrific catch last night. Escobar, Simmons, Pennington, and Valbuena from third to first. Maldonado behind the plate.
And we talked about how well the bullpen has been late. The defense has been very good. Also, in the last 8 games, has committed 1 error in the last 8 games. A .985 fielding percentage this season, tied for the 3rd best in the American League. So solid defense, timely hitting. It's a great bullpen work. Reason why 2 games over, 500.
Chris Taylor, the left fielder, looking at a strike. Swung to bat well last night in the number 2 spot, but only had 1 hit to show for it. That was a double in the 3rd. 1 for 4 night overall. Late on it. 1-2. This is one of those guys that likes to work quickly. A few times we've seen just kind of slow down on a breaking ball. It's 2-2. Cody Bellinger on deck. Angels sent 3 men to the plate in the top of the first. Nothing out of it. A lot of the Angels infielders thought that was going to be called a strike. Instead, it's a full count. Here's Bellinger. Down goes Taylor. 2 strikeouts in the first. We will head to the second inning with those scores.
That was a pretty good cut fastball, Victor, to finish off that inning for Jesse Chavez.
Top of the second here, Dodger Stadium. We are scoreless. Hey, folks, experience Angels baseball from some of the best seats in the house. Get tickets to the Lexus Diamond Club and enjoy exclusive benefits like access to the Lexus Diamond Club restaurant and lounge. For more info, just go to angels.com. Valbuena, Simmons, and Revere for the Halos here in the second. Valbuena, the night off last night, comes in batting 193. 3 doubles, 5 home runs, 21 runs batted in.
A career .333 hitter against the Dodgers with 3 home runs for Valbuena. 11 for 33.
Yet to really get anything going for the Angels this year with any type of consistency. Was in the lineup Sunday at Fenway Park in a multi-hit game, going 2 for 4. Pops this one up on the left side. Look at Forsythe to the foul territory.
Yeah, you're okay.
One out.
In my Hyundai key for this game for the Angels to be successful, a little Shawn Mendez, there's nothing holding me back. And again, we saw that in the first inning. Even though Maeda is quick to the plate, you're going to have to try to manufacture runs with your wheels, be able to be successful stealing some bags. Perfect throw for Barnes negated that, but you still got to be aggressive today against the Dodgers to score some runs, especially when you don't have Albert in your lineup here tonight and Cameron Maybin.
Simmons pulls it over to Forsythe. 2 down. 2 quick outs for Kenta Maeda. We'll bring up Ben Revere.
The fielder number 25, Ben Revere.
Made it like Chavez likes to work quickly.
Both pitchers will throw their fair share of cut fastballs also.
Revere, the starting left fielder tonight, hitting .221. Three-hit game Sunday against Boston. 3 singles, a stolen base, and a run scored. Cameron May, but not in the lineup today. Just a day off. Albert getting him off his feet before getting back to DH. And there's Cam.
Albert will be back in that lineup as a designated hitter tomorrow night.
Two on to bed. Ground this with the second. A quick 1, 2, 3. Second inning. Go ahead to the bottom of the frame with no score. From baseball's biggest stars take the field for the MLB All-Star Game from Marlins Park, July 11th, only on Fox. Right around the corner. All-Star festivities will begin a week from Sunday.
That's going to be awesome down there in Miami.
Bellinger, Barnes, and Peterson against Jesse Chavez. Jesse retired the sign in order in the first with a couple of strikeouts and gets ahead of Bellinger. 0-1 count. Cody had an 0-for-3 game last night with a walk and 3 punch-outs. He was at batting .271, 24 home runs, and 55 runs batted in.
Yeah, the key against Bellinger is you have to at least show in with a fastball, but you're going to try to get him out away. Soft, whether it's a changeup or curveball. There's a changeup there.
(3-1), and he works the walk to lead off the second. First base runner of the game for the Dodgers will bring up Austin Barnes, a catcher. 27-year-old Riverside native, hitting .287 for the Dodgers this year. This is his 40th game. 8 doubles, 2 triples, 2 home runs, 11 runs batted in. Non-base percentage of .410.
Bellinger can run a little bit, 5 stolen bases.
Oh, what count? Barnes has grounded into 2 double plays this year. This little breakout for him after hitting 156 last year, 21 games. A couple of those pitches off the plate, but you know what? Mike Estabrook's going to keep calling him.
You have to go right back out there again, leading a little further. He's a hitter you have to protect. You might be willing to chase pitches a little bit further off the outside corner than normal.
Now the question becomes, how much Jesse learned by watching Ricky Nolasco last night, who tamed a very good offensive unit for the Dodgers.
And I think we even talked a little bit about it on the pregame show. We talked about it during the game last night. Is you got to pitch backwards against the Dodgers.
2-2. Called strike 3, 1 down.
And you got to live out there. Again, when those pitches looked like it might have been a little bit off the outside corner. And it was by almost a full baseball. Tried to bring that changeup back, runs it back, and gets the call. Framed perfectly by Martin Maldonado. That's one of those strikes where you talk about a catcher getting a strike. That's exactly what that was. Pitch presentation at its best by Martin Maldonado.
Or zone presentation by Mike Estabrook. If you want to look at it.
And most umpires will establish their strike zone. And some will call more inside pitches, some will call more outside pitches, up or down in a strike zone. They're human beings. They have their zone, just like a hitter and a pitcher.
Peterson bounces it to Valbuena. It's a foul ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. And I think that's why some, with the inconsistencies that we have seen from behind the plate, we've seen it ever since baseball was formed. That when you have the human element, there are going to be some mistakes or some subject to interpretations of the strike zone. And some have started to clamor for the robot umpire behind the plate.
No, it's that's the beauty of this game.
One. 2-1. Peterson 0 for 3 last night with a walk. Bellinger on board, lead off, base on balls for him to start the second. Three strikeouts for Jesse, but you don't want that to be the storyline for him. 3-1. Meaning you don't want him to start falling in love with the strikeout.
No, for Jesse, getting those quick outs with his cut fastball and his changeup are very, very important for him. And that means taking the sting out of the bat, off the end of the bat with his changeup, off the handle of the bat with his cutter. Speaking of cut fastballs, Jock Peterson has been very good on a cut fastball this season. 6 for 12. The home run, that's a .500 batting average, but Jesse Chavez is is allowing only a 191 batting average against his cut fastball. So you go a guy who hits a cut fastball well against a pitcher who throws his cutter very effectively. Keep an eye on that matchup throughout this game.
Three-two count. One of Bellinger's on the move with one out.
And one thing you keep your eye on too for the Dodgers in this situation, Peterson's a guy that strikes out quite a bit, so there's a chance to strike him out, throw him out.
Bellinger goes. Peterson skies one. Shallow left. Ben Revere, long run in. Makes the catch for out number 2.
And with Kike Hernandez coming to the plate now, let's take a look at the tools of the trade brought to you by Ram Trucks. We talked a little bit about it last night with Kike and that leg kick he has, and Ruben Sierra, former very good slugger. Same, very similar as far as the leg kick. One from the left side and Kike Hernandez from the right side, where they have that timing mechanism for the foot and then get the foot down to create that good swing path to be able to drive the ball. Kike Hernandez, good power going the other way. Ruben Sierra, very good pull power.
Comes in batting 235. Bellinger not that far off the base. He easily gets back. Hernandez last night 1 for 3. Credited with a double. That's the ball that he hit sharply off of Nolasco that ricocheted into foul territory. 18th double of the season. Bellinger leaning there.
Maldonado has thrown out 38% of base stealers this season.
Bellinger takes off. The pitch outside the throw. Good one. Down goes Bellinger, and the second is in the books as we head to the third. And we remain scoreless. Angels will have the bottom third of their order coming up.
What a perfect throw once again for Maldonado. Mentioned 38% success rate throwing out base steals. A perfect throw. Quick tag. End of the inning for the Angels.
Brought to you by the Hyundai Better Than Ever sales event with the best total savings on select models in Hyundai's history is going on now at your Hyundai dealer.
Top of the third, no score. Martin Maldonado showing off the arm to end the bottom of the second inning. He's perfect strike. He will lead things off, followed by Cliff Pennington and then Jesse Chavez, the bottom third of the order. And Maeda gave up a single to Eric Young Jr. Nothing else since then. Maldonado last night, 1 for 4. The home run he hit in the ninth inning. Well, insurance, 8th of the year. 24 runs batted in now.
A hard slider from Maeda. And generally will throw something off speed when he's behind in the count. 58.3% of the time he will throw something off speed behind in the count. Tops in baseball in that category.
Tied him up. It's 1-2. 8 home runs for Maldonado, ties a career high that he set last year with Milwaukee. 6 shy of his career high in runs batted in, which was 30, set back in 2012. And he'll go down swinging. Strikeout number 1 for Kenta Maeda.
Second baseman number 7, Cliff Pennington.
Going upstairs with a cut fastball just above the belt. Looks inviting as a hitter. Very difficult to catch up. If you do make contact, generally you'll pop that one up.
Would that be classified, that one there, as a backup? Because it looked as if Maldonado was waiting for that action toward the barrel of the bat and just never moved.
Exactly. It's one of those pitches. It's a mistake pitch, but a very difficult pitch to hit as a hitter.
Pennington behind with 0-2, getting the start tonight at second. 255 batting average with 2 doubles, a home run and 9 runs batted in.
When you look at numbers against Maeda this season, as far as what the hitters have done against his fastball versus his secondary pitch, is a big difference. And that's going to be the key to be able to sit on that fastball. And another one of those high fastballs out of the strike zone, 93. High fastball has been very effective. 184 batting average with 3 home runs. Secondary pitches of which he throws quite a few of them. 259 with 6 home runs. This shows you now fastball is generally not in the strike zone. Try to get hitters to chase it out of the strike zone. That's why that batting average is really solid against fastballs. You don't see that too often in Major League Baseball, that low of a batting average against fastballs, because they're not in the strike zone.
Pennington rips it foul.
And that fastball is in the strike zone. It was hit very well. But just out in front, pulled the foul.
There's the 1-2. Little dribble. Maeda will take it himself. 2 down. We'll bring up Jesse Chavez.
Pitcher number 40, Jesse Chavez.
One for 14 in his career, 0 for 3 this year. A 1 count. He had a very good season in his rookie campaign last year. 32 starts, 16 and 11. 3.48 ERA. Finished 3rd in the Rookie of the Year ballot. And got off to a very slow start. So 1.
And the way Jesse is approaching this at bat, he's looking for something on middle in, stepping in the bucket.
Going to the Jared Weaver approach of hitting.
Yes. See that step towards the third base side of that batter's box.
Crowds the plate, though.
Yes, he does.
Now the 2-2. Full count. He's working the count. Making Maeda throw pitches.
He's grinding at it at bat, seeing pitches.
The grinder that he is.
Yes.
Eric Young Jr. on deck. One hit allowed, one strikeout for Maeda. 2 outs, nobody on. Here's the payoff. And he'll take a called strike 3. Angels down in order. 8 in a row, retired by the Dodger righty. Way to the bottom of the 3rd with no score. Point will sit down with Eric Young Jr. and Andrelton Simmons as they interview each other using questions from the Angels Twitter mailbag submitted by you, the fans. Submit your questions on Twitter using hashtag Angels Mailbag, but remember to do so by the end of the game tonight. Bottom 3rd of the order due up for the Dodgers here in the bottom of the 3rd with no score. Hernandez, Thompson, and Maeda coming up. Kike was at the plate when Bellinger was thrown out trying to steal second. That ended the inning. Back at shortstop once again. Corey Seager dealing with a nagging hamstring injury. Possibility gets back in there tomorrow or Thursday for the Dodgers. 1 ball, no strikes. Trace Thompson on deck.
And one thing Jesse had told me recently, he needs to be more effective at getting ahead of counts. They're behind 2-0 here.
That's the type of swing you get in a 2-0 count. I think what made Alaska very effective last night is that he fell behind quite a bit early on, it seemed. And then as the game progressed, he started to get more aggressive. And then, like you said, started to pitch backwards. 2-0 fastball count, breaking ball for a strike. And they got the Dodger hitters off balance.
Boy, and they were guessing throughout the game when you think about it. There were some times where he threw a fastball down the heart of the plate, but they were looking off speed. That's pitching. And Ricky Nolasco, I thought, was outstanding last night, especially after getting Jock Peterson to swing and miss on that 2-strike pitch with the bases loaded in the 1st inning. And all of a sudden, he gained confidence until he get hit with those ground balls back up the middle. In the 7th, it was perfect in his location.
Full count now on Hernandez. Ricky snapping a 10-start winless streak going back to late April. Picking up his 3rd win of the year. 3-2 now to Kike. He'll punch it out to right. Cole has to come in after going back a couple of steps. 1 out.
Three fly ball outs. 3 strikeouts so far for Jesse.
Trace Thompson tonight getting the start in right field. Called up before the game yesterday. Recalled, I should say. They played 3 games prior to the recall. Sitting 211, AAA Oklahoma City. 7 home runs, 25 runs batted in. 0 for 8 in the big leagues this year.
Good power on a fastball. As I remember last year, when you get him to chase sliders, he will do so. But if against a fastball, very strong swings.
And for a guy who's off the plate, count even at 1-1. Southern California product. Santa Margarita Catholic High School. Rancho Santa Margarita.
Very good pitcher back in his high school days also.
Second round pick of the White Sox out of high school back in 09. Got moved over. In the trade prior to the 2016 season. 3-team deal with the Reds, White Sox, and the Dodgers. Todd Frazier, the bigger names in that deal, going from Cincinnati to Chicago. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I'll pull this one to Escobar. 2 outs. Hit well. That was a mistake pitch. That was up, that breaking ball you were talking about.
Yeah, and he will chase down in a way, especially a slider. This time was elevated and stayed back in that wall. You see that plate coverage he has, especially on something elevated, lines the rated Escobar at third base.
No balls, 2 strikes on Kenta Maeda. 3 for 21 this year with a double, 4 runs batted in. Breaking ball with a slow roller. Escobar. Maeda not running full speed, and a 1-2-3 inning for Jesse Chavez. 3 in the books here at Dodger Stadium in the second game of the Freeway Series. We're still scoreless. Fourth in the second game of the Freeway Series. Want to remind you to join the Angels Saturday, July 1st. Mariners are in town. 7:07 start. Fans in attendance receive a Pujols 600 home run bobblehead courtesy of Cox Communications while supplies last. For more info, head over to angels.com.
What a cool moment that was when Albert joined that 600 home run club on a grand slam against Urban Santana at the Big A.
Top of the order coming up for the Angels. Good matchup tonight between Kenta Maeda and Jesse Chavez so far. Both have faced a minimum 9. Both have picked up a caught stealing. Maeda's allowed 1 hit. Chavez has yet to allow one. Gave up a walk to Bellinger. And here the 4th, Young, Calhoun, and Escobar. E.Y. Jr. is single in his first AB.
Still feel at some point Eric Young Jr. will try to bunt here. Maeda fields his position very well, though. Try to drag that down the first baseline. Bellinger playing very deep at first.
Now coming in a little bit. We'll pull this foul.
One thing we saw from Eric Young Jr. a lot in spring training. He had a ton of at-bats in Tempe. Very good as far as push bunting and drag bunting. And that's another reason why you see that batting average was at 184 against a fastball. He tries to get hitters to chase a high fastball out of the strike zone.
And pushes a bunt towards second base. Utley comes in, so good at that play, but that ball checked up enough where EY legs it out for an infield base hit.
You knew that was going to be the case at some point. So comfortable with that, and that's not an easy pitch, especially a slow curveball to do so. See where Utley is playing, trying to come in on that base, but checked up perfectly, almost like a Phil Mickelson little chip shot on the green.
All too often with Chase Utley. Sorry, Gooby. You've seen him make some unbelievable plays, whether it's a glove flip or just the bare hand flip to first base.
Yeah, he gives up that body to make a play at first base as well as any second baseman I've ever seen.
And Maeda just took that one little stutter step toward third. Young brought it towards second. So he's on board. Here's Cole. High fastball chases it. Calhoun to fly ball to shallow center in the first inning.
So 2 for 2 for Eric Young Jr. in that leadoff spot. It's been very productive between Cameron Maben now and Eric Young Jr. getting that shot that's leading off tonight.
Pulled foul. Cole needing the new bat. Two hits on the night for the Angels, both off the bat of Eric Young Jr. Good to see him bounce back into that leadoff spot tonight with Cameron Maben getting the night off and after a 3-strikeout game last night.
Some room in that left side of the infield and outfield for Cole Calhoun, who had a base hit that way last night.
Pulls this one towards second, double play ball, and somehow Cole gets there. Kind of a odd play by Kike Hernandez. Utley let him 5, or maybe got the footwork a little tangled up. What should have been a tailor-made double play.
Yeah, that's a break. Anytime you have an extra base runner where there should be no one on base at this moment, that's a routine double play ball. It's a quick feed, and it looked like Kike would had a tough time finding the base and making sure he had a step on the base. And a little bit of a bobble, and that was a big reason why Cole was able to beat that one out to first base.
So Cole replaces Eric Young Jr. at first base, and Escobar shoots from back up the middle past the diving Utley. A single into center field. Utley came very close to nabbing that one. But Escobar picks up a single, and the Angels for the first time tonight have a couple of men on.
Line right back up the middle. Aggressive swinging early by Escobar. Jumped on that fastball in the strike zone this time and lines it right back up the middle and hit it just by Utley. Can't imagine there's ever a game where Chase Utley doesn't have that uniform dirty. Always diving for baseballs, almost getting there.
Backdoor breaking ball misses.
See that uniform, a couple dives already in the game for Utley.
Bueno, his knees buckled on a breaking ball from a righty.
And that ball was going right into his swing path on a normal circumstance for Luis to be able to drive that ball well out to right field.
Popped out in foul territory in the second. Calhoun at second base. Escobar at first. 2 on, 1 out. Angels last night 2 for 7 with men in scoring position.
Looked like the original sign was going to be a high fastball. Maeda stepping off. I think Cole had a big lead there at second. I think they want to go through a new series of signs. I'm surprised if he went a high fastball now.
Tried it. Two balls and a strike. .52 pitches for Maeda, 34 of it strikes. 2 punch outs, no walks, 3 hits allowed. We'll talk things over.
Big moment here for Luis Valbuena to try to come through with a base hit.
Two-one pitch, breaking ball, taps it foul. Still trying to pull everything. The 2 hits he picked up Sunday. Nice, easy, compact swing. Not trying to drive the ball out of the ballpark. Not trying to lift it. Just kind of right back up the middle.
He gets caught up in that swing where we'll see a lot of fly balls to left field or even in the infield where he gets underneath the baseball.
The old Alberto Callaspo swing. Pop-ups to the left side.
Yep, and more than likely you'll see either a high fastball this time or that slow curveball once again.
2-2. Down to the high fastball. Give it that lift type swing. It's impossible for him to get on top of that baseball. 2 outs. Strikeout number 3 for Maeda.
Number 2, Simmons.
And that target set up. Drifted out over the plate, but was still a high fastball. Very good angle right here. You see that trying to lift the baseball. Part of it is that swing he used to have and very productive swing down in Houston. Trying to drive the ball out to the Crawford boxes. It's really been caught in between swings this season as an Angel.
So it's up to Andrelton Simmons. He takes down and away. Andrelton saw 1 pitch in the second and grounded out to Forsythe at third base. Chopper towards short. Andrews has it. Angels get nothing down in the 4th inning. Go ahead to the bottom of the frame. Still scoreless. Steelers find new roads as we start the bottom of the fourth at Dodger Stadium. We are scoreless. Good crowd on Clayton Kershaw t-shirt giveaway night. The Angels will return home tomorrow as we conclude this road trip tonight. Halos 5-2 on the road trip so far through New York, Boston, and the first game here against the Dodgers. At the Dodgers tomorrow on Thursday, Seattle in for the weekend series, and it's back out on the road for the last week prior to the All-Star break. 3 in Minnesota and then 3 against Texas Rangers. Utley, Forsythe, and Taylor for Los Angeles here in the fourth. Look at a strike. Chase struck out swinging in the first. 1 of 3 strikeouts for Jesse. 1 walk. Good off-speed pitch, 1-2.
Boy, great arm motion on his changeup on that one from Chavez. Utley reading fastball out of the hand. Changeup instead. Pitch speed range so far. Best fastball, 4-seamer, 93. Curveball, 77. See that late swing on a fastball because of the changeup, the pitch before. The separation in the speed of pitch is very important for Chavez and all pitchers.
Down goes Utley on a breaking ball, 1 away.
I think the one thing you have to remember against Utley so far in these first 2 games is when he get 2 strikes on him, a slow curveball has been a very difficult pitch for him to make contact twice tonight. Cam Bedrosian got him last night on a slow curve. He's very quick on a fastball, short compact swing, but doesn't have quite the same swing on a slow curveball. Second punch out by Chavez against Utley tonight.
Look at Forsythe, the fly ball to right field in the first. A little bit low. 2 balls, no strikes. Forsythe getting the start at third base with Turner out of the lineup tonight. There's Justin Turner. Having one heck of a season this year. Hitless last night, going 0 for 4, and that hasn't happened much. Came into the series batting .393 with a .478 on base percentage.
His numbers versus the fastball this season were off the charts for Justin Turner. Well over .450 against a fastball going into the game last night.
2-1. Up the count. Forsythe, originally a Padres first-round pick at the University of Arkansas back in 2008, got traded to the Rays, and of course the Dodgers picking him up this offseason. They wanted appeal, he did not go. Full count. Charles Nagy down in the dugout certainly wanted that one.
Certainly was pretty close pitch.
Now towards shallow right center field. Calhoun and Eric Young Jr. 3 wide. Look at the catch, 2 outs.
Good communication, especially because we've seen a number of different outfielders play center field since Mike Trout has been out.
Taylor.
That Ben Revere plays some center fielder, Eric Young Jr., Cameron Maben. Good communication with Cole Calhoun, the right fielder.
Chris Taylor comes up with the bases clear. He struck out to end the first.
Be careful, first pitch fastball against him here.
Out to center. Eric Young Jr. can't find it, and it'll fall in there. Taylor running hard will stop at second. That's the first hit of the night. Right from the get-go on a routine fly ball that should have been the third out. And the Dodgers get their first hit of the night on a baseball that Eric Young Jr. could not find.
Number 35,
Yeah, aggressive on the first pitch fastball. Didn't get all of it. And right away, as he's trying to go back and try to find the baseball, cannot see it.
That time of night.
Saw it down at the big A at times too, right at this time.
So Bellinger will bat with 2 outs and a man on in scoring position.
That's a good conversation for me right now for Martin Maldonado to talk to Jesse Chavez and say, hey, listen, you made a good pitch. Should be through the inning. Now let's get an opportunity to pick up Eric Young Jr.
15th double of the season for Taylor. Dodgers last night 0 for 7 with men in scoring position. On the season as a team, 261. Bellinger worked to walk in the second. The only free pass that Chavez's issue. They may not give Bellinger anything to hit here. Take their chances with Austin Barnes. So Maldonado set up way off the plate. Snap throw back to second. And Taylor alertly back in there. That's that hitter's cow pulling the string. 85 miles per hour.
That's some serious bat speed also for Bellinger.
And what should have been a very quick 1, 2, 3, 4th. Chavez having to work out a little trouble here. First time tonight the Dodgers will put a man in scoring position. Happened for the Angels in the top of the inning. The Angels didn't push across the run. This one's outside, not even close. And a 2-out walk. Second time tonight that Bellinger's worked the walk.
Number 15, Austin Barnes.
And this to reassure that's exactly what the game plan was going to be against Bellinger, to try to get him to chase something out of the strike zone. He didn't. He showed some pretty good patience at the plate. Second walk for him, but now refocus on Austin Barnes. We saw in spring training, even in the Freeway Series at the beginning of the season, preseason still down in Anaheim, and here at Dodger Stadium, he's very good, productive at bats on high fastballs against Angel pitching.
Taylor at second, Bellinger at first. First one on the way. Outside, 1-0.
One of those big moments in this game right now. Trying to stay under control, stay focused.
2-0 off the plate. Barnes struck out looking in the second. Barnes didn't like that one. That was way off the plate. Neither did Dave Roberts. I'd be pretty upset as well.
Yeah, this pitch is, again, that's about a baseball and a half off the outside corner.
Three and one.
I guess you tried it when it was called the pitch before, a very similar pitch. Eighth three-ball count so far in the game for Jesse Chavez.
Getting extended here in the fourth inning. Three one. Full count. Runners will be on the move now with 2 outs.
Yeah, he brought that changeup back. He's done that pretty effectively so far, bringing that changeup. It looks like it's a ball against a right-handed batter, bringing it back on the corner.
Runners go. 3-2 and a swing and a miss. Down goes Barnes. And the threat is over as Chavez picks up E.Y. Jr.
Oh, what a perfect pitch. Change up the pitch before, setting up this pitch here for Jesse Chavez. Paints the outside corner, swing and miss.
Angels baseball on Fox Sports West is being brought to you by the all-new 2017 Subaru Impreza. Subaru symmetrical all-wheel drive plus 28 miles per gallon. More than a car, it's a Subaru.
Well, I like what I saw after the inning and Jesse Chavez getting that swing and miss against Barnes. Herc Young Jr. coming into the dugout, explaining he didn't see that baseball. He looked up, but his teammates around him giving words of encouragement. Made a good play earlier in the inning, but lost it right away as soon as it was off the bat. And that sky right now, especially with the baseball, the color of the leather blending in with the sky at that moment.
Ben Revere to lead things off. He'll be followed by Martin Maldonado and then Cliff Pennington here the fifth. The Angels have had one scoring opportunity. Same goes for the Dodgers, both occurring in the fourth. The ball's 2 strikes. Ben grounded out to end the second. He's 0 for 1. Oh, 2. This is fouled off.
Not easy when you look at the swing for Ben Revere. where he brings those hands down and back up and to be able to try to catch up to a fastball. Still does a pretty good job of trying to punch that ball the other way.
Maeda with 3 strikeouts, no walks, 3 hits allowed. Halos at first and second with 1 out of the 4th inning. Albuena struck out and Simmons grounded out. Two. Late on that one.
And when you think about bringing those hands down and then back up quick enough to be able to catch up to a high fastball, a difficult task for Ben Revere. Always had that little bit of a hitch in his swing, but good contact.
Last time Maeda worked 5 innings was 9 days ago in Cincinnati.
Rich Hill last night, first time he's gone into the 7th inning this season, last night in the game. Dave Roberts getting some length from his starters here outside of Clayton Kershaw.
Longest outing of the season for Maeda, May 10th. That was against Pittsburgh, going 8 1/3.
Very manageable pitch count so far for Maeda. 42 strikes, 63 pitches thrown. Very solid percentage.
This is grounded towards second. Utley's got it. Well down.
Number 12, Martin Maldonado.
6 ground ball outs for Maeda in the game.
Maldonado struck out in the 3rd. Oh, what? This was ripped towards short. Kike Hernandez one-hands it to the backhand. Dugout by Bellinger. What a play by the Dodgers shortstop for out number 2.
That baseball was by Kike Hernandez in the outfield grass when he reacted and made the play on it. It's our top-tier play brought to you by Arco. What an outstanding defensive play by Hernandez. A rocket one-hopper by him, catches it enough on it from the knees to be able to throw out Martin Maldonado at first base. Outstanding play by Kike Hernandez on that rocket by Maldonado.
Fortunately for him, he was still able to reach out for that ball. It almost looked like if he laid out too soon. But what a play to get that throw over to first base, and a nice dig by Bellinger. By the way, with Cody Bellinger at first, as good as Adrian Gonzalez is and has been throughout his big league career, you're not losing a whole lot defensively over there.
He looks very smooth at first base.
Ball to the strike on Pennington. Bounce went back to Maeda, his first at bat. This is ripped toward Utley. Short hopper, eats him up. Ricochets toward foul territory. Cliff's going to try to take second, and he'll get in there. A double for Cliff Pennington.
Pitcher Jesse Chavez.
Oh, man. Scoring in baseball.
Hit well, but right at. And off to end up ricocheting off the leg and thigh of Chase Utley. Bodied up on the baseball, but off the body and away from him.
Bob Gibson were on the mound, and the stadium PA announcer announced a double on that play.
The glare would be pretty good.
There'd be about a 2-minute delay while he stared up into the press box. Here's Jesse Chavez. Dribble one foul. Jesse struck out looking in the third. Or Don Drysdale, any of those guys.
Or possibly even myself on that one, too. Or any pitcher on the mound.
More so if Jesse comes up with a base hit.
Oh, yes.
And then it becomes an earned run.
Won't be easy for Cliff Pennington to score. The outfielder's playing very shallow against Jesse Chavez. Talking about the need for a huge secondary lead.
Defensive swing for Chavez. His heart is in it, his backside not so much.
Trying to put it in play. Just hoping for something on the inner half of the plate here. When you step that far out, anything on the outside corner seems about a mile away from your swing path.
Chavez will go down, swing. Strikeout number 4, look for Maeda. And we will head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Still scoreless here at Dodger Stadium. Jesse Chavez so far tonight, following along the lines of Ricky Nolasco last night when he picked up the W. We're scoreless here in the bottom of the 5th. Jesse with 5 strikeouts and 2 walks. He's thrown 71 pitches. He had to throw in 11 extra pitches in the 4th inning after that fly ball that Eric Young Jr. could not find. EY immediately going to the dugout and letting Jesse know that it was his fault. But Jesse picked him up with the strikeout of Austin Barnes. And Jock Peterson is set to lead things off.
Right away, Jesse Chavez points over to Luis Valbuena to say he'll be at that base if there's a ground ball hit his way.
Jock Peterson 0 for 1 with a fly ball to left that ended the 2nd. Pardon me, it was the 2nd out of that inning. Ellinger's caught stealing ended the 2nd. Bounce to Pennington. 1 away.
And so far, pretty good by Jesse Chavez, taking the sting end of the bat in his Dodger lineup. Out in front, changing speeds. As we talked about with Ricky Nolasco, pitching backwards.
Kike Hernandez, fly ball to right field in the third. 0 for 1.
When that last at bat against Hernandez, fell behind 2-0. He had a real good swing at a 2-0 fastball, fouled it straight back.
3-0. Two walks that Chavez has allowed tonight, both to Cody Bellinger, the second and fourth innings. And there is the third issue. Hernandez will take a walk with one out here in the fifth.
Number 21, Trace.
Hey, join the Angels for Family Sunday coming up on Sunday. The Seattle Mariners in town, 12:37. First pitch. It's the Gate 5 courtyard for fun activities after the game. Kids in attendance get to run the bases. For more info on the Family Sunday presented by Yakult Probiotic Drink, hit up angels.com.
And that's on Sunday, right?
On Sunday, hence the name. Trace Thompson, right fielder up. Trace, line down to Yunel Escobar in the third, 0 for 1. That's lifted out toward left center field, hit well. Revere back to the warning track and at the wall will make the catch. A long out, the second of the fifth as Kike Hernandez hustles back to first base.
Boy, off the bat, I thought he got that one.
Number 18,
Trace Thompson very strong, got a pitch to drive, got his arms extended. But Ben Revere able to run that one down at the wall. Got back to the wall. Quick check back where he was. And run that one down just in front of the wall for Ben Revere.
Thompson had 13 home runs for the Dodgers last year. There's Kenta Maeda. The pitcher swinging and missing. He grounded out to third to end the third inning. So he's 0 for 1.
And he has not struck out this entire season. Most at bats in majors by any player who has not struck out. 22 at bats this year with no strikeouts. Had 2 strikes on him, 0-2 count. I think last time they had a ground ball, slow ground ball, and breaking ball.
One ball, 2 strikes. Halos in the 6th. At the top of the order coming up at Young, Calhoun, and Escobar. '84th pitch of the night for Jesse. It's a ground ball to second. It is again.
No strikeouts.
No strikeouts. Somehow makes contact and whatever works. Dodgers are done here in the 5th inning. We're off to the 6th at Dodger Stadium. Still scoreless.
We talked about Eric Young Jr.'s ability to bunt, and against Kenta Maeda, as he falls towards the third base side of the pitching mound, Eric Young recognizes that and is able to do a little drag bunt and force Chase Utley to be able to field that bunt. A lot of area for him to get that bunt down. No play at all for Chase Utley. Wise decision by Eric Young Jr., realizing he has a lot of room on that right side of the infield if he could just get that bunt down when Maeda falls towards that third base side.
EY to lead things off here for the Angels in the sixth. He'll be followed by Calhoun and then Escobar. Kenta Maeda so far 5 innings. 4 strikeouts, no walks, and he has given up 4 hits. 4 hits for the Angels, 1 for the Dodgers. Scoreless. Maeda 73 pitches, 50 have been strikes.
No walks in the game.
Forsythe in on the grass at third. One ball, no strikes. Slow breaking ball. Just got a piece of the strike zone. Ground ball. Jammed it with a fastball. Put away. Been able to hit his spots for the most part tonight. Whenever he's wanted to go inside like he did there on EY or elevate that fastball, he's been able to do it.
Yeah, it seems like he's thrown more fastballs in this game than previous games this season. Averaged around 36% of his pitches were fastball. More so tonight. He's had a good feel for his pitch.
And this is now his longest outing since going 8 1/3 against Pittsburgh on May the 10th.
Culminating at 350 in his last 24 games.
Colo for 2. Fly ball to center, reached on the fielder's choice in the 4th.
It was a cut fastball that Barnes wanted upstairs to jam Calhoun, but he missed low and Cole unable to make contact.
This is line towards second. Utley's got it. 2 outs. We'll bring up Escobar. And this copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Los Angeles Angels. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP. 2 outs, nobody on. Yunel Escobar strolling to the plate.
And that last at bat for Escobar, aggressive on the first pitch, line the fastball right back up the middle.
Twirling that 36-34 like it were a baton. 36-inch bat, 34 ounces. 1 for 2 tonight. Sky went out toward right center field. Jack Peterson moving over. That's a very quick 1, 2, 3, 6. We'll head to the bottom of the inning. Still scoreless on Gooby Tuesday. It's coming up next.
What is your favorite new stadium?
I'm an old school guy, old Yankee Stadium in Boston, and just going back to Kansas City, your old digs. Yeah, they remodel it every year, and they've done a great job.
City Field. I like the setting. I like the fans close to the field, and it's a nice atmosphere there.
I really liked Miami. That was my first time. I know that's not new. And we just went to the Mets. Thought the Mets had a cool stadium.
Yeah, Victor, I'm telling you, I'm a big fan of Target Field. We're going to see that on the next road trip as far as one of the newer stadiums. That field is outstanding. What about yourself? What are you feeling like?
Of the new stadiums?
Yeah, of the newer stadiums.
Newer?
Yeah.
Well, my favorite of the newer stadiums is PNC Park.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh.
That's an outstanding call. Yeah, that is a beautiful stadium.
It's one of the worst broadcast booths in the world because you're up on top of the moon. But that Nationals Park,
yes,
it's like being at the blimp shot at a golf tournament or something. Top of the order, Chase Utley against Jesse Chavez here in the 6th. Utley, Forsythe, and Taylor. Tough to beat that Roberto Clemente Bridge and Pittsburgh skyline.
Talk about a chance to take a great photo of that stadium from our booth. It's beautiful. It's a very big inning here now for Jesse Chavez. That 3rd time through. It's been an issue for him. At the top of the order once again here now for the Dodgers, trying to put up another 0 to keep it tied.
One ball, 2 strikes. There's some movement going on in the Angels bullpen. Nobody loosening as of yet.
It's a great spot right there on his fastball. 2 in a row. Great location, especially because you know Utley is looking curveball. Here's that 3rd time through. 368 batting average, the 3rd time through against Jesse Chavez this season.
Utley lines one out to left center field. That's a base hit. Ewart trying to cut it off and keep Utley at first. Not going to do it. It's a leadoff double for the Dodgers second baseman. Second hit of the night. That's the 10th double of the season for Utley.
He threw a changeup instead of his curveball. This time was around thigh high. And a pretty good swing by Utley to go the other way. Didn't try to pull the changeup. Surprised he didn't go with a curveball.
Yep.
Struck him out twice on curveballs with 2 strikes, down and in.
That's usually a pitch. The longer you stay in the game, start to elevate.
Yep, the changeup because your wrist drops.
Yep. There's Logan Forsythe, and he takes outside for ball 1. The Angels have left-hander Jose Alvarez getting ready.
Imagine to be ready for Cody Bellinger if he came up this inning.
No. Forsythe, 2 fly ball outs. 3-0 pitch. He takes a strike. 93rd pitch of the night for Chavez. Most he's thrown since he threw 103. Start against the White Sox back on May 15th.
Looks like Forsythe was trying to drive the ball the other way. The time you'd love to be able to get a punch out of Jesse Chavez.
And he walks it. Charles Nagy out to pay a visit.
There's also potential to go over defensive strategy here, although you wouldn't think Taylor would be asked to bunt. But with 2 on, no out, you never know. So you have to go through the different plays you might put on. One thing that Jesse Chavez has done quite a bit is that back pick at second base.
It's kind of a gift, is it not, if you end up bunting or sacrificing the runners here, so then that leaves first base open with Bellinger. You just go ahead and give him the free pass.
Exactly.
Take your chances with Austin Barnes or whomever Dave Roberts decides to bring up. If it goes to Grandal or Turner.
You have a lot of options. You got Yasiel Puig, 2 on the bench.
Taylor 1 for 2, had that double out to center. That was the ball that Ewide lost. Never saw it. 2 on, nobody out. Not bunting, and he takes outside. Two hits allowed, the leadoff double for Utley. The second hit allowed by Chavez to start this 6th, and the walk to Forsythe. 1-0. 1-1, delayed call by Mike Estabrook, and then a snap back of Taylor.
That's the type of pitch you can get a ground ball double play. Taylor's only rolled into 1 double play this season. This fastball's well off that corner once again.
So 1. This will be Jesse's last batter. This bounce foul. David's up the count at 2-2 with Bellinger on deck and Alvarez ready to go.
Maldonado wants to go over what pitch Chavez feels the best to be able to execute here and get a ground ball and an infielder.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Looking for that first out here in the 6th inning. Scoreless. 2-2. Taylor skies one out to right center field. Playable for Eric Young Jr. Tagging from second is Utley. Tagging from first and stopping is Forsythe. So the double play still in order. 1 out. Utley ends up at 3rd.
And that's all you're trying to do as an outfielder is get that ball in quickly to second base. You want to keep the double play in order. As you mentioned, Victor, on that one. And anytime you see that catcher walking out again, more than likely that means Mike Scioscia's going to go to the bullpen, but also allow Houston Street to be ready for the next batter.
Sure enough, Scioscia's making the move to the bullpen. Nice outing tonight for Jesse Chavez. 5 1/3, scoreless thus far. He's responsible for the 2 guys on base. And it'll be Jose Alvarez coming on to relief to face Cody Bellinger as we are scoreless here in the 6th. Five and a third, 2 hits, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts, and he'll depart with runners at first and third. Utley at third base, Logan Forsythe at first. Jose Alvarez takes over on the mound, and it's been a down season for Jose. This will be his 39th game, 0-3, and a 5.27 ERA. He is the only left-hander in the Angels bullpen, although of late he has struggled against both righties and lefties. On the season, left-handers have hit .237 against him. He's facing a very big swinging lefty here in Cody Bellinger.
And Bellinger coming to play now. It's time for the driver's seat, brought to you by the new 2017 Kia Sorento. Bellinger, most home runs by a rookie before the All-Star break at 24. Dave Kingman behind him at 21. Albert Pujols and Trevor Story with 21. And Jock Peterson had 20 for the Dodgers back in 2015.
Bellinger, no plate appearances tonight. No at-bats, I should say. 2 plate appearances, both resulting in walks. There's the first one. Off the plate, not close.
And he's a guy that hits a lot of fly balls, not many ground balls, so only 2 ground ball double plays for Bellinger. But he can swing and miss. That's what it's going to be up to now for Alvarez to get through this inning with no damage. A swing and miss here.
He'll chop this one to the left side, and it'll go as an RBI single. Just took what was given to him and picks up the knock, and the Dodgers have a 1-0 lead. Bellinger's hit better against left-handers this year, 281 compared to 267 against right-handers.
Elevated pitch. If it's down and away, doesn't get a chance to do so, but it was around just above the belt and just gets it by Andrelton Simmons. Didn't try to do a whole lot with it. We're seeing that big swing, that powerful swing, but not on that one. Just punched it by Simmons. Never easy to do.
Long conversation. This is just holding things up for Mike Scioscia to make a move. 1-0 Dodgers here in the 6th inning. Bellinger picks up his 56th run batted in. And Scioscia's going to go ahead and let Alvarez face Austin Barnes. Runners at first and second and 1 out. Forsythe, the man at second base. Bellinger at first. Barnes tonight 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Ball in the dirt. Unfortunately, it stays near the plate.
Not a real big secondary lead for Forsythe at second base. Didn't get a good read off that ball in the dirt. It's blocked well by Maldonado.
Kid toward first base, only plays to first. Valbuena feeds Alvarez. 2 outs. Barnes goes diving at head first. Forsythe advances to third. Bellinger ends up at second, so 2 in scoring position now. John Peterson.
I think you got to keep an eye on. Every once in a while, Peterson will try to bunt against the lefty, try to push down the line. You see, Escobar coming in a bit.
Danger zone pitch there. 0-1.
That is a part of the plate where Jock Peterson can do some serious damage to.
This one's out towards center, hit well. Chasing it, Eric Young Jr. He's near the wall, leaps up, and that is gone. A home run for Jock Peterson to straightaway center field. 4-0 Dodgers.
Again, mislocation once again. This breaking ball hard of the plate, down, the perfect spot for a left-handed power hitter to read and to lift on the swing to center field. Just off the top of the wall.
I think EY jumped a little too soon.
Yeah.
He wasn't all the way back to the wall. I don't know if he catches it, but wasn't going to catch it from where he jumped from. Here's Kike Hernandez. And this inning has unraveled on Jose Alvarez.
See that jump in front of the wall. If he gets back there, he's got that ability to jump and get that baseball. Didn't quite time that the right way for EY Jr.
Struggles for Jose Alvarez continue. Single to Bellinger, a cue shot out off the bat of Barnes, and a 3-run home run to Jock Peterson. So the 2 lefties that Alvarez really was in the game to get, end up getting big hits. All 4 runs off their bats. And a strikeout now finally to record the 3rd out. But the damage is done. 4-0 Dodgers. We're headed to the 7th. to you by Simpson Chevrolet. Big enough to deal, small enough to care. It's the top of the 7th here at Dodger Stadium. The Angels now trailing 4-0. All 4 runs in the bottom of the 6th. Single by Bellinger, 3-run blast off the bat of Jock Peterson. And the Angels offense had advantage just 4 hits against Kenta Maeda tonight. Will have its hands full with trying to figure him out and the rest of that Dodger bullpen. Trying to take a 2-games-to-none lead in this freeway series. Uphill battle, but they've got 9 outs. This team, if anything, has been very resilient this season. Time is called. Looks like looking out toward the Dodger dugout right now. Not sure what we're waiting for. Oh, we're missing an umpire. Looks like we're going to deal with a 3-man crew. We're going to wait for the 4th umpire. So a pitch clock certainly wouldn't help this situation.
No.
And Mike Estabrook making the call, looking down at Jerry Lane and saying, let's go with a 3-man crew here. Close that door by the on-deck circle. We'll get this inning started. Hey, MLB.TV Premium is back and better than ever. Watch every out-of-market regular season game live on over 400 supported devices. Plus, get a free subscription to At-Bat Premium, the #1 app for live baseball. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Just go to MLB.TV for details. Valbuena takes a strike. Luis started first base tonight, 0 for 2. He popped out of the 2nd, struck out in the 4th.
And trying to ride that high fastball against him.
Okay, he went around and Jerry Lane rings up Valbuena, chases the breaking ball, 1 out. Strikeout number 5 for Maeda with no walks tonight. Valbuena in disbelief, but it certainly looked like he went around.
Yeah, it looked like he did. A hard breaking ball in the dirt. And definitely crossed the plate even in that angle right there. Good overview. Crossing the plate. Swing and miss on a curveball in the dirt. Blocked very well by Barnes behind the plate to keep it in front of him.
Hamilton offered at it. No balls, 2 strikes. Simmons has grounded out twice, once to third and once to short. 4-0 Dodgers here in the 7th. Baez getting ready. And that's working at a quick pace there in the bullpen. Looked like he went around, and he did. Back-to-back strikeouts, 2 down.
Couple breaking balls out of the strike zone. One a curveball, that a slider. Swing and misses for Maeda here in the 7th. Go back to my Hyundai key for this game for the Angels to be successful against Maeda and the Dodgers. There's nothing holding me back so far. Maeda has stopped that. Only really one big scoring opportunity when you go back And that was in the 4th inning. So far, been very good. But still, the Angels been very good coming back in games.
Ben Revere 0 for 2 with a couple of ground outs.
Boy, Maeda's really making a case to be part of this rotation. Supposedly a spot start. Hit the ball very, very well tonight.
This will be his 92nd pitch in the night. Revere will ground this one to short. Talking about a quick 1-2-3 shutdown inning, and there it is. Stretch time here at Dodger Stadium. Dodgers leading at 4-0.
Baseball break. Battle Cy Young Award winners. Max Scherzer out duels Jake Arrieta as the Nats beat the Cubs 6-1. Justin Verlander's 23rd career win versus Kansas City as they win that game 5-3. 7 innings pitched, 3 runs, all in the first inning for Verlander. Now let's take a look at our showstopper around the majors. And what a big, important at bat this was for Adrian Beltre. Looking for home run number 450 of his career against Cody Elm with the score tied at 1. Connects for the 3rd straight game. Congratulations, Adrian Beltre, with the home run number 450 in his career.
Houston Street takes over on the mound for Jose Alvarez here to start the bottom of the 7th. 4-0 Dodgers. Second game of the season. He'll face 8-9-1 Thompson. Mike Freeman would be the pinch hitter who's on deck, the pitcher spot. And Chase Utley. Thompson tonight, a line out to third and a fly ball to left. Just missed hitting a home run in the 5th inning. Meanwhile, with those 4 runs, the Dodgers put on the board in the 7th, 2. In the 6th, I should say, 2 charged to Jesse Chavez, 2 to Jose Alvarez. Houston falls behind here 2-0.
After not allowing a run to the Dodgers for 14 innings.
Two. Down goes Thompson, chasing the off-speed pitch. Maldonado has to throw down to first, 1 away. There's Mike Freeman pinch hitting. Came into the game last night. Pinch hit, struck out.
Batting pinch hitter, number 37, Mike Freeman.
Very good outing for Kenta Maeda tonight for the Dodgers.
This one down to left. Two outs. Okay, mentioned Maeda tonight, 7 innings. No runs, 4 hits, 6 strikeouts, no walks, under 100 pitches.
I think when you look back at that 6th inning, that one pitch for Jesse Chavez, that changeup, been very effective throughout the game, especially even the curveball against Chase Utley, but that changeup stayed up, and Utley hit that ball to left center field, that it got the rally going for the Dodgers in that 6th inning.
.92 pitches for Kenta Maeda tonight. Utley takes a strike. He started the rally as a leadoff man of the 6th with that double out to left. Brendan Morrow getting ready. Utley skies one to left, not very deep. Revere underneath it. Go ahead to the 8th, but the Angels down 4-0.
Doubt Gooby Tuesday is in jeopardy, but Cliff Pennington says, not so fast. Still plenty of time in this game. Patrick O'Neill here. Hope you stick around after the game for Angels Live postgame, brought to you by your SoCal Mazda dealers. Hey, listen, you got to think Jesse Chavez was outstanding 5 1/3. The decision was made for Jose Alvarez. We'll talk to Jose Mota about that and also hear from Mike Scioscia. But as we send it back upstairs to Victor and Mark, listen, Kenta Maeda was fantastic tonight. So far, the Angels offense has yet to click. We'll see what they can do right here, top 8.
Well, I think you're right, Patrick. Maeda was very, very good, and I thought Jesse Chavez threw the ball excellent himself, but credit the Dodgers to be able to score 4 runs, especially on that home run by Jock Peterson against Jose Alvarez to dead center field. Now I'll have to deal with a different pitcher in Brandon Morrow, 2-0 with an ERA at 0. Power fastball trying to be healthy, be a big part of their bullpen for the Dodgers. They can rush that fastball up there, still around 90 to 96 range. They'll throw a cut fastball, curveball, slider, and a split finger fastball.
Once upon a time, an Angels draft selection, 40th round, 2003. Of course, did not sign. Ended up going to Berkeley and became a first-round pick of the Seattle Mariners back in 2006. Angels have the bottom third of the order. Maldonado, Pennington in the pitcher spot. Bouncer to third. Forsythe crossing the foul territory. 1 out. 1 pitch to get the first out here in the 8th.
Second baseman number 7, Cliff Pennington.
Jeffrey Marte has come out to the on-deck circle. He'll be pinch hitting for that pitcher spot. Pennington tonight 1 for 2 with a double. Tomorrow last year pitching with the Padres, 18 games, 1-0 with a 1.69 ERA. Signing as a free agent in the offseason. This one out toward left. Here's Taylor. 2 down. Both teams with just 4 hits. The difference being the Angels haven't been able to get hits when they needed to, while the Dodgers got 2 big extra base hits by Bellinger and Peterson. White Jr. in the leadoff spot for Maven, who's getting a day off with a couple of hits. But unable to come through when they had an opportunity with a man in scoring position twice, the 4th and 5th innings. The 4th, the best opportunity, really, with 1st and 2nd, 1 out.
Exactly.
There's Jeffrey Marte, who takes a strike. Called up before the game yesterday, called back up, I should say. Struggled both here in the big leagues and at AAA. The Angels a 175 batting average in 35 games. We'll punch this one to right field. Sinking liner. Thompson dives and he made a catch. What a play by Trace Thompson. And he gambled. White out with a 4-0 lead in the 8th inning. Makes a terrific snag on that drive by Marte.
Yeah, so athletic in that right field position. That's not an easy play. The face first dive and catch it before it hits that outfield grass.
To you by GMC. It's the bottom of the 8th inning with the Dodgers up 4-0. Angels make a pitching change here. Blake Parker takes over. Nice play by Trace Thompson. In right field, robbing Jeffrey Marte of a hit for 2 outs. Parker in to work the 8th. Forsythe, Taylor, and Bellinger. This will be his 38th game. 3-2 mark, a 2.12 ERA. And he's been fantastic for the Angels this year. Houston Street, a scoreless 7th inning, picking up a strikeout. Forsythe, the starting third baseman tonight, 0 for 2 with a walk. So scored 1 of the 4 runs. The LA put on the board the 6th. Almost came back and ate up Pennington. 1 down.
You hit well by Forsythe. Right at Pennington.
Left fielder number 3, Chris Taylor.
John Peterson with that big home run. We talked about it back in the 6th inning. The Dodgers itself. And think about what they have done as far as the home run ball since June 7th. They've homered in 18 of the last 19 games. 42 home runs, leads the majors in that category. The Rangers behind him with 40 and the Mets with 38.
Taylor shoots one out to center. Chasing Young back, and EY will time his leap this time. Makes the grab for round number 2.
The most difficult play for a center fielder is that baseball hit hard right over their head. Difficult to judge, able to get back and run it down. Taylor's really turned around his career. That baseball is jumping off his bat. Speaking of jumping up and making a nice play on that rocket right over his head. Nice play by Eway Jr.
And it seems everything that Taylor's been hitting has been up the middle.
Yep.
Not trying to pull, not trying to jump off the baseball. Bellinger looks like it bounces about 3 feet in front of the plate for ball 1. Bellinger 1 for 1. 2 walks and an RBI single. 56 runs batted in now. That's over 59 games. Two balls, 1 strike. Bellinger scours on the right, off the end of the bat. Calhoun coming in on it. And we'll head to the 9th. The Angels setting up the top of the order. Brendan Morrow looks like he's coming back out. It's 4-0 Dodgers.
Pass is being brought to you by the all-new 2017 Chrysler Pacifica, the new benchmark of minivans. Test drive one at your local Chrysler dealership today.
By Mercury Insurance, we're on a mission to save you money. Log on to mercuryinsurance.com to get a fast free quote and see how much you can save. And by Buick. Top of the ninth here, Dodger Stadium. Game 2 of a 4-game three-way series. 2 here and 2 back at the Big A beginning tomorrow night. And the Dodgers up 4-0. They got all 4 of their runs in the 6th inning. Jock Peterson, the capper, with a 3-run blast to straightaway center field. To Peterson, who's his 7th home run of the season. Alex Meyer will be on the mound tomorrow.
Very good numbers pitching at home, 2-0 with an ERA just over 2.
Ryu going for the Dodgers. Kershaw on Thursday. Rick Young Jr., Cole Calhoun, Yunel Escobar for the Angels here in the 9th. Morrow had himself a 1-2-3-8. EY 2 for 3 with a couple of singles and a ground out. Two balls, 2 strikes, high fastball. And down goes EY. What away.
Now it's time for the Land Rover Above and Beyond Player of the Game. Kenta Maeda threw the ball exceptionally well. Change speeds, better fastball we've seen in a while. Good cut fastball. 7 scoreless innings, no walks, 6 punch outs, is 4 hits allowed. Good breaking ball also in the dirt, kept the hitters off balance throughout 7 shutout innings. Kenta Maeda.
Cole hitless tonight, 0 for 3. This is out towards center. Peterson is there. 2 down. So, barring a comeback of epic proportions with 2 outs here in the 9th, the Angels will finish this road trip with a 5-3 mark. We'll kick off a quick 5-game homestand tomorrow night, 2 against the Dodgers and then 3 against the Seattle Mariners before heading back out on the road.
Well, when you think about it, that's an excellent road trip for Mike Scioscia's club when you face the Yankees, the Red Sox, and the Dodgers here. All 3 playing exceptional baseball this season.
Uni takes one. The inside part of the plate. 1 hit tonight for Escobar. Both teams limited to 4 hits each. 0-1. This is punched to right, a multi-hit game for Escobar. So 2-out single. Puts a man off for Luis Valbuena. Kenley Jansen playing catch in the bullpen for the Dodgers. Just in case. And Valbuena swings first pitch, lofts one out to center. Dodgers take game 2 of the Freeway Series. They return the favor. They shut out the Angels tonight 4-0.
And that's the 6th shutout against the Angels this year. All 6 on the road. Jock Peterson with that big home run to dead center field, a big difference maker, to game change around on that one swing to dead center, but only 4 hits for the Dodgers, but a home run once again, the big key for Los Angeles.
Kent Maeda picks up the victory. Jesse Chavez suffers a loss, no save tonight as the Angels shut out the Dodgers last night. Tonight it's the Dodgers returning the favor by the same score, 4-0. Stick around, Angels Live postgame is coming up next.